Hi, I'm Joe James. As you can see, I am autistic and proud of it. There's a very good reason why I'm so proud of it. That reason being, it's actually a really, really good thing to be autistic. The world needs autistic brains. We have evolved to help the human race. Now, a lot of people might think that it is something wrong with you. It is what I hear a lot. How do you get it? Can it be cured? How do we prevent it? Well, you can't for any of those things because we're born autistic. It isn't a thing. It is how we evolved as a human species. So the reason why being autistic is brilliant and necessary is because we have special abilities that some people think are a bad thing or can be a negative thing. But I'm going to tell you a few examples of why they're actually good things and why the human race evolved and needed those things. So let's start with hypersensitivity. So hypersensitivity means that we are hypersensitive to many, many things. Light, touch, taste, smell, lots of senses that we are very hypersensitive to. Sound being a very, very important one. So you put an autistic person in a very, very busy urban street environment. Lots and lots of people, lots and lots of noises, cars, buses, trains, roadworks, all sorts of unnecessary noise that will just culminate into one sound and overwhelm us. In the same way as light. So you put us in an environment that has too much false light, so not natural light. So for example, a supermarket, or I have a problem with like Boots and places like that, where there's just too much fake light. And that's the point, is the fact that if you then switch it around and then put us hundreds of thousands of years ago in an environment where basically there was barely any actual people, and suddenly you're looking to survive as a species, the autistic brain is a necessity. We can hear things other people can't hear, like dangerous animals. We can smell things other people can't smell, like whether something's bad or whether something's good, for hunting or for gathering. We can see things in the dark because our eyes are more sensitive to light. So we had to come in huge advantage in dark conditions. So our hypersensitivity, though very disabling in the modern era, in a modern environment, would have been necessary, vital, during the time where we were evolving. So it isn't the autistic brain that's the problem. It's the environment in which the autistic brain is in. But we can still be a huge advantage to the human race. If you just look at the technology that autistic people have invented, the innovations, the art, which brings joy and happiness, the autistic brain is a marvellous, incredible thing. But it is treated as if it is a disorder or a disease. And this is the problem. People don't see the good that autistic people can bring to a job, a friendship, a situation that somebody might find themselves in. An autistic brain can think differently. We need brains to think differently. But the medical professionals have diagnosed us with a disorder. We are evolved like this to benefit mankind. Another example is our hyperfocus. So we can literally just learn one thing and then learn everything about that one thing, get completely lost to the world because we're so focused on what we're learning. Because again, go back hundreds of thousands of years, someone's going to need to know all the different types of animals. Someone's going to need to know the weather patterns, the stars. Someone's going to need to know a lot about one thing for their tribe or their group to survive. People would have turned to the autistic brain because they need information. That so much information that we have now was discovered by autistic brains. Again, not a learning disorder. It is described as a learning disorder, but we are the ones that come up with the information. We are not taken seriously enough. It is tragic and it needs to change. But the only way that it will ever change is if people watch videos like this. If more autistic people stand up. So share this. Spread the word, autistic positivity. Spread it. Because if not enough people hear this, how are things ever going to change for you as an autistic or your family member who is autistic? It is not a bad thing. It just looks like a bad thing or sounds like a bad thing because that's how people are viewing it. But look, as soon as somebody looks at it, like me, as a benefit and explains it very, very, very correctly, suddenly people are like, oh yeah, I don't need people to be, oh yeah, I want people to be, yeah, I know, Joe. We all know this now. So get this message out there. Our brains are evolved like this, and it is a benefit to humankind. So be kind to this human and to humans like me. Thank you.